We are here at CERM's booth at Label Expo, and I just listened to a very excellent presentation from a British company called Mercian. They have gone really far to get what everybody's dreaming about, lights out production. Maybe not so much just to save money on labor, but because of the labor shortage, and because it is interesting, alone from a technical perspective, to think of that, those possibilities. I'm here with Matt from ABG. Matt, you've been involved in the project. Can you briefly explain what challenge you got from Mercian?
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks very much for meeting me today. We've been looking at automation for a long time, and Mercian really pushed us to our limits of what was possible.
And to the limits?
Yeah. Really, the brief was, I want to have a machine in a dark room running automatically, and we said, okay, what can we do? And we're not there yet, but we're heading in that direction thanks to the partnership with Mercian and CERM. And we now have a machine in their facility that can change jobs automatically. It can change from matte to gloss varnish automatically. It can set the camera up. It can set the die position up. It can change the number of labels every cycle on the turret, remove waste automatically. It is a really automated machine. So it's been a challenge. It's been a long project, but really happy with what we've been able to achieve.
Asking a company like ABG sounds like a very to me, it's like an obvious choice, because you seem so innovative. You seem so open-minded also towards, really pushing the boundaries. You can answer that in a moment, but just before we do that, I was just curious, what Mercian is doing, is that like the hot dream of all converters, do you think?
I think so. I think the last couple of years has put a lot of pressure on our customer base, especially from a labor perspective. And I think that it's accelerated a trend that was happening in the market and a move towards automation. You've also got the growth of digital, so you've got more jobs coming out of these companies, and that adds more complexity in the finishing world. So yeah, I think a lot of our customers are looking towards automation to help with a growing number of jobs and to help them with their labor problems that they're currently experiencing. So yeah.
Okay, back to Mercian. You said it was like 3 years ago you started the project?
That's right.
Yeah. And when you look at the path that you have been developing and working together with Mercian, is that like, is that trial and error, or is it also a lot of reconsiderations and engineering in advance?
Yeah, so we had a relationship with CERM going back to probably 2015, where we had done some fairly basic integration, so we had a good relationship with CERM. And Adrian really pushed us a lot, and I think we've come up with something that's really unique, but we've also come up with a package that is scalable. It's an off-the-shelf solution now, and any CERM customer can buy some equipment from us and plug that in to their CERM system, and automatically the systems can start talking to each other.
So if you think of your part of it, because I forgot to say that the Mercian case is basically a collaboration among CERM as, I wouldn't say driver, but that's where the software makes sure that you get the right QR codes for enabling the programming and things like that. Then you have Screen providing the print, and as understood from the presentation you had before, it seems also that two-way communication between the MIS system and the printer and between ABG is really an essential part of the solution, right?
Really important, to map it all out, to create fields that can, or language that each system can understand. So, one system calls die cutting, and the other system calls it cutting. You need to make sure that we're all talking the same language. So there's been a lot of work going on in the background to get that connectivity right. And yeah, we're in a position now to roll out automation to more and more of our customers, and really excited about that.
As also said on stage, I think a lot of people are talking about APIs and a lot of IoT and all the buzzwords right now. Is this like finally the last frontier of making a fully automated solution?
100%, yeah. So the product now, that our workflow solutions, we're calling it ABG Connect. And that will be a scalable solution from entry level to fully blown Mercian style applications. And this is the future of our industry. This is a path that I think the commercial sheet fed sector took 10, 20 years ago, when pressures came into that industry and they became very efficient and, you know, can send you a birthday card next day online. You know, this is the way of travel in our industry, and there's just going to be more and more innovation and automation.
Last question, I know you're busy. I was just curious because in this case it is a digital press. I mean, is this something that you also see in the future possible with analog presses?
I think so. I think there is a more acute pressure on digital finishing because it's short run, there's more sorts, there's more variation. But sure, this could be used for an analog application as well, yeah.
And you will, of course, make a lot of money because you're a first mover, right?
I don't think we made any money yet, Morten, but hopefully in the future we will. Thank you very much. Cheers.